wearing a frosty green. It's green lip gloss. How funny is that? It's frosty mint green. Okay. Now we go to the next. Letter in the Oxford Chinese Mini Dictionary. Letter K. Okay. Coffee. And a cafe is called 咖啡馆. A truck is called 卡车. To open is 开. So when you speak about driving a car, the term is 开车. To drive a car. 开车. To open car. Okay. To be in business is also 开. Another example. To write a prescription, 开药方. 药方 is prescription. To write it is 开药方. And when the water is boiling, you would say 水开了. 水开了. 水 is a little bit difficult to pronounce, okay, for non-native people. 水. How would I say how to say this word properly and pronounce it authentically? 水. It's tight and it's 水. Sh为水. So this is the reason why I say, the pinyin is not as good as the Bopomo. The Taiwanese way of spelling out the words phonetically uses specific sounding characters. So they would be like, so the two components is always like, this is 3 components. So 诗乌 a, 诗乌 a, okay, and then you would combine all of it. 诗乌 a, 水 shui, okay, and then you would squish it all together. Shui, okay, 诗乌 a 水, okay, 水开了. Okay. Okay, to spread is 敞开, to spread. So like, if your shirt was wet, or were wet, grammatically, hypotheticals are were, whether it's singular or plural, whatever. So it's, if your shirt were wet, then to spread the shirt out would be to 敞开你的衬衫, 敞开, okay. 走开 is to go away. 躲开 is to step aside or to hide. 闪开, 躲开. 闪开 is like go away. 闪开, okay. Next, 开放 is to be open to the public. Allow public use to be open. 对外开放 is to be open to the outside, towards the outside. Okay. Now to hold a meeting is 开会, 开会, 会, 开会, 开会. Okay. A switch, like a light switch, 开关. Okay, to start a course, to teach a course, 开课. To begin to start a class. Now next. 开明 is to be liberal or enlightened, progressive. 开幕 is to raise the curtain, begin the show, open or inaugurate. 开辟 a country, route, road, source of revenue. I'm not familiar with this word. Open up, develop, or utilize. 开辟. Okay. 开始 is to begin, start, or commence. Or the beginning, start, or outset. Okay. 开头 head. 开头 beginning. 头 is usually the start, the head. 开玩笑 is to make fun of or crack a joke. 跟他开玩笑 is to make fun of him. 开心 to feel happy. 开学 is to begin school. 开演 is to start a performance. 开展 is to develop, carry out, or launch. Next. 看 is to look after, take care of. 看小孩 is to look after a child. 砍 is to chop, cut, or cut down. 看 is to look, to consider, to regard. So an example. 我看她太瘦了. I think she's too thin, so I see that she's too thin. Visit to call on. 要看他忙不忙. That depends on whether he's busy or not. 要 is you need to or want. 看 is to look, to see if he is. 忙不忙 is busy or not busy. 忙 is busy. 不 is not. 忙 busy. Busy, not busy. Okay? 看病 it's when a patient sees a doctor. Have an examination. See, examine, or treat. Okay? 看不起 is to look upon, to look down upon, scorn, or despise. 他看不起我 it means he looks down on me. 看成 is to treat as, regard as. 看待 is also the same, but more used for people. 看待 is, for example, you could 看待 somebody as like我的孩子, my child, okay? 我看待他像我孩子. So I treat the person who's younger as a child, my child, okay? 看到 is to catch sight of or to notice. 看法 point of view, way of thinking. 看见 is to see. So for instance, 我最近没看见他. I haven't seen him recently. Okay. 我看不见你. I can't see you. Okay. 忽然他看不见了. He suddenly disappeared. 看起来, 看样子. It looks as if, it seems as though, it appears that. 看来要下雨了. Or 看样子. 样子 is a form. 看 or like a situation, a form or situation. 看样子要下雨了. It looks like it's going to rain. It looks like the situation is such as that it would rain. Okay. 慷慨, generous or vehement. 扛 is to carry on the shoulder. 抗议 is to protest or protest. 考 is an examination, like a test. 考上 is to attain entry to a university or school. So they have examinations where if you pass it, you go to college. 考上大学 is to pass examination to enter university. Next. 考虑 consider, wait, think over. 考试 to take an examination. 考验 to test. Or to put in a crucible. 考验. Okay. 烤 is to roast or bake. 烤火 is to warm oneself next to a fire. 靠 is to lean on, lean against, to depend on, to rely on. 他靠卖计算机生活. He relies on selling computers for a living. Okay. 靠 is to also approach or to get near to. 靠北都有很多山. Near the north, towards the north, there are many mountains. Okay. 科 is a branch of study. 文科 is the humanities. 理科 is the sciences. 科 is also an administrative unit, a section or department. 科技 is science and technology. 科学 is the study of science, which is just science. 科学家 but 学 is like school, okay, or to study. So 科学家 is a scientist. 科学院 is Academy of Sciences. 科研 is like 研究 is to research. 科研科学研究 is an abbreviation of so 科研 is an abbreviation or shortened version of 科学研究, which is scientific research. So they would just say 科研 okay. 科长 is your section chief. 科 is the article description of one of or a few of, so that's 一棵树 is one of a tree, okay. 两棵树四棵树 okay. 颗 is also small things or teeth. 一颗牙齿一颗珍珠 or 一颗心 a heart, okay. 一颗子弹 a bullet, one of a bullet, okay. Or you can say 五颗炸弹 5 bombs. Okay. 可 be permitted, may, can. 可别忘了 mind you don't forget. So how would I say 可别忘了? It's a colloquial saying 可别忘了. It's short for 你 you are not permitted. 你可别忘了 you are not permitted to forget. But it's kind of just a reminder. Okay. 可爱 it's cute, lovely. Beloved, lovable. 可靠 reliable, trustworthy, dependable. 可怜 meager, inadequate, pitiable, poor, helpless, pitiful. Or the verb to have pity on, feel sorry for, be merciful to. 我很可怜他 I feel very sorry for him. Next. 可能 is a possible or possibility. Okay. So if you say 这是可能的 this is possible. Okay. May or might. 他很可能要去 he may want to go. Possibility. Okay, so if you say there is no possibility, it's 没有可能 there's no possibility. Okay. 可能性 possibility, the noun. 可怕 frightful, terrible, dreadful. 可是 but yet, however. 可惜 pity. 实在 really, 实在太可惜了 it's such a shame. Really, it's such a shame. 可笑 laughable. Usually it's not funny. It's used as a vindictive kind of way. It's a negative connotation. 他说的这样真可笑. However he's saying this, however he put this, is just laughable. Like, oh, that's not, even possible. That's not even a good way of looking at things. Next, 可以 you may, can, or be permitted to. 你也可以参加 you too can take part. 我们的生活还可以 means your life is okay, it's pretty good. It's tolerable, but really it's not pretty good. Because you want to say pretty good, then you would say 还不错. Okay, 不错 is not wrong. Okay, 我们的生活还不错 is whatever they said, our life is pretty good. It's not wrong. Okay. 可 thirsty. 克 a gram. 克服 is to overcome a hardship or inconvenience. 克服 overcome, surmount, conquer. 克 quarter of an hour. 这一刻 it's also to describe this period of time. So if you say这艰苦的一刻 it means a really tough period of time. So it's not just quarter of an hour, it's like a period of time. A period of time that is the same, that you would consider to group it in a period of time, okay? 刻苦 hardworking, willing to endure hardships. Frugal, austere. 客观 objective. So 客 is a guest, okay? 客观 it means that you're not partial, okay? So you're looking at things from an outside perspective, so you're objective, okay? 客气 polite courteous, standing on ceremony, unassuming, modest, or humble. 客人 guest, visitor. 客厅 living room. 课 is a class in a university or other type of school. 第一课 is lesson 1. 课本 textbook. 课程 course of study, curriculum. 课程表 is a school's lecture list or your schedule when you take classes. 课堂 classroom. 课题 is a question for study or research project. 课文 is a lesson's text. 文 is text. Okay. 文 okay. 肯 to be willing to, consent to. 肯定 is confirmed, affirmative, positive, set 10. 空 empty, vacant, in vain, a sky, space. 空间 empty space beyond the Earth's orbit. Space. 空军 a force. 空军 okay. 空调 空气调节器 空气调节器 okay, so it's something that adjusts the air or conditions the air, so it's an air conditioner. 空气 the air or atmosphere. 今天学校的空气很紧张. There's a tense atmosphere at school today. I've never heard it used that way. 空前 unprecedented, in an unprecedented fashion. 空中 in the sky, the air. So 空中小姐 is a air hostess. 空中小姐之翁 So 翁 is a combined, okay, I guess vowel. 空之 is the consonant part. 之翁 but the 翁 is you squish it together because it's a part of the mixed vowel, right? 空中小姐 okay, air hostess. 孔 opening hole, empty space, Confucian as in Confucius. 孔子 is Confucius. 恐怕 probably perhaps. Be afraid that, think that. 恐怕他不来了 I'm afraid he's not coming. 空儿 empty space, vacant space, leisure, space, time. 我没有空 It's 空儿 okay, it's 空儿 okay, so you 空儿 okay, you twist it upwards. 空儿 okay, so it's not really a second word as it's kind of like it's really 我没有空 because you could say 我没空 and that's it, but you could say 我没有空儿 okay, also colloquialism. 控制 control, dominate, control, hold. 口 mouth, okay, or the opening of a river, a building, or entrance, a cut, a wound, a tear, okay. Or you can use it for the number of people in a family or village. 你家人几口 It means how many people are in your family. 你家人几口 Okay. 口袋 pocket, bag, or sack. It's usually just pocket. 口号 slogan. 口气 is your tone. Okay, so if you say somebody's talking with a bad attitude, you say 他口气真坏. Okay, so you're saying his tone of voice is bad. 口头 is of the mouth, oral. 口音 is the accent. 口语 You have to kind of 口. It's from the back 口. Spoken language, okay? 口 is button, fasten. Or if you deduct something, it's also 扣, okay? So if you reduce something or if you detain somebody, it's also 扣. A button is 扣子. 扣上扣子 is to button up your buttons. 哭 cry or weep. 苦 is bitter, difficult or painful. Painstakingly, earnestly, at one's utmost, hardship, suffering, misery, to cause someone suffering. Now, 苦难 hardship, misery, suffering. 裤子 trousers. 夸奖 to praise or to commend. 夸张 is to exaggerate or overstate. 夸之肮脏 okay, 夸张 垮 collapse or fall. 跨 is to step astride, step aside, to take a step. 跨 okay. 跨地区 is trans-regional. 跨 okay. 块 is a piece or lump or cube. 冰块 are ice cubes. 600块钱 600 yuan. Okay. Yuan. Okay. Almost finished. 快 it's you can be referring to speed. 快 or you can be referring to the keenness or sharpness of a knife. So 这把剪刀很快 means this pair of scissors are very sharp. Okay. Pleased, happy, or joyful. 心中不快 means you're heavy-hearted. Okay, almost soon, about to. 他快要毕业了 She will graduate soon. Okay. tell somebody to come here quickly. 快来,快回来, to come back. 回 is to back. 回来 is to return. 快回来, come back quickly. Okay. 快点 means hurry up quickly. 快活 happy, cheerful. 快乐 happy, joyful, happiness, joy. 筷子 chopsticks. Okay. 宽 wide, broad, generous, broad-minded, liberal. 款 funds, money. 狂 mad, deranged, or crazy. 况且 moreover or besides. 矿 is all mineral deposit, mine, or excavation. Okay. 捆 to tie into a bundle, bind up, tie up. And this is one of those words where I look at it, I'm just like, okay, 捆 and how is that K-U-N, right? It's really, really difficult, I think, to read these types of pinyin. And there's so many letters, whereas, you know, if you actually learned the Bo-Po more, it's so much easier. It's like the Hangul, you know, in Korean. The Korean alphabet, Hangul versus like using the English letters, okay? 捆 to tie into a bundle. 捆起来. 困 sleepy. In difficulty, like 困在. If you were like stuck in Hainan, for instance, you 困在海南, you're stuck in the peninsula of Hainan, or it's an island, I don't remember. Okay, 困难, difficulty, quandary, hardship, hard to cope with. 扩大, okay, it's 扩大, to enlarge, expand, spread out, expansion. 扩的大扩大, okay? And that's it for K's.